Hi, everyone. There we go. Facebook doing its thing. Hello. All right. There's a first time for everything. I have done, I think, over 150 of these trainings in the 6 years that I have run this group. Never have I made the event the wrong time, but this week was that week. I went to create this event earlier this week and I set it for yesterday at this time, not today. So sincere apologies to those folks who RSVP'd for an event that didn't occur yesterday, and it didn't occur to me that that happened until today. So my apologies. We'll see if some folks are able to join us, but because this, update just happened, I imagine most folks will be catching the replay. So let me just make sure I'm coming through okay here, and we're going to dive in to how to use the summer slump to your advantage. Believe it or not, that is possible. All right. Perfect. I see eyeballs. We're good to go. All right. Like I said, I think many people will be catching the replay. That is a-okay, and my sincere apologies. Today, we are talking about how to use the summer slump to your advantage, what you need to fix before fall. If you have joined us on our new podcast called Marketing Therapy, we are going through a Slaying the Summer Slump series. Say that 5 times fast. Where I am guiding you week by week this month in June to through some exercises, some things that you can be doing in order to actually make the most of this season. The summer slump can be incredibly disarming if it is your first summer. If you've already had a bit of a slower 2025 than you wanted, a lot of feelings are stirred up when things slow down a little bit. And I recognize it's not going to be slow for absolutely everyone. Every time I mention summer slump, someone's like, what slump? I don't have one, that kind of thing. So if that's not you, great. For many, many clinicians, this is a real thing, and it's an okay thing. It actually doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong. But what it does mean and what it does offer you is an opportunity. You don't, have, back-to-back sessions. You have some more margin in your calendar and hopefully in your mind. And rather than sitting around twiddling your thumbs, feeling like you should be doing something, I want you to actually do something. So that's really the goal of this whole series. If you haven't joined us, you're not listening to Marketing Therapy yet, walkerstrategyco.com/podcast. Thank you to everyone who has been so lovely and wonderful. As far as the feedback around that goes, a lot of fun and excited about it. The purpose of today's training is to dive more deeply into the first exercise that we did there in the Slaying the Summer Slump series. So as part of this week's episode, we offered an audit, a way to look at your marketing and identify where your opportunities are. So in this training, I want to guide you through not just that audit, but I want to go a level deeper and talk about actual actions you can be taking in each of these areas. When you experience a slowdown, or you have just that kind of sense or stirring in you that something about your marketing isn't working, it can be maddening to try and track down what the issue is. Because it's a complex system, right? It's not just do this, get this outcome as much as we wish it was. It's quite nuanced. And so my goal here in this audit and kind of this action map is that you know what to do as a result of what you see in your marketing. All right. So there are 3 areas that we are auditing today of your marketing. So if you're sitting down thinking about what do I do with this summer, here's what I want you to do. I want you to break down your marketing into 3 areas: visibility, consistency, and conversion. That's what we're going to look at here. And this is where every therapist's marketing either thrives or gets stuck. If something's wrong, if you're not getting inquiries as regularly as you wanted, if the people coming in are not the right fit, whatever you feel like is happening, we can diagnose it by looking at these 3 areas. Okay. A breakdown might be happening in one of these 3. We can figure out together what those are. All right. If you are joining me live, please know that you are welcome to say hello in the comments. I'm happy you're here. Again, apologies for the date mix up. If you're catching the replay, drop a hashtag replay into the comments. I'm always happy to come back and answer anything that you are wondering about. But let's get into it. The first part of this is visibility. The first part of this audit is visibility. What this means is, can people actually find you? And it shocks me how often therapists overlook this piece. And I think there's lots of reasons why therapists overlook this piece, but they tend to think, all right, I did the things. I completed the checklist, but I launched the website. I wrote a Psych Today profile. I joined a Facebook group for therapists in my area. Where are the clients? And then we look around at, well, do they know that you're there? And sometimes the answer is no. I recently heard from a therapist who was feeling quite defeated in her marketing, having poured a lot of effort into her website. When we looked at her analytics, this was like in late May. She'd had 100 visits to her website in the entire first 5 months of the year. So about 20 visits per month. That just simply doesn't measure up to people actually turning into clients. There has to be eyeballs on what you've done. So whatever it is that you're out there doing in your marketing, and we're going to cover that in the other 2 sections of this audit, whatever it is that you're doing, if no one can see it, then you are a best kept secret. No one knows you're there. So visibility is really, really important. Can people find you, both online and, for some of you, in your community, in person? So things to assess here. Is your Psych Today profile active and clear and nuanced and niched? Does your website clearly say who you help and how within the first couple of seconds? Are your page titles and your H1 headers, if you don't know what those are the kind of biggest headlines on your website. Are all of those Google friendly? Are you thinking about how people might be coming in via Google? And then the easiest way to grow visibility, have you had any recent visibility with referral sources, with networking? I'm talking new introductions to people, meet and greets, whatever that might be. Are you forming connection with other people? I just recorded our podcast episode for 2 weeks from now, and it is about networking. And so I'm going to do a deep dive into networking as part of the Slaying the Summer Slump series. But I have to tell you that networking is absolutely critical, and it's the easiest way right now to impart trust in your marketing. So it's also one of the easiest ways for people to become visible and to know about you. So when you look at your marketing, be honest. Do people know you're out there? This is an active part of your marketing. Now, there are certain parts of it that can be passive. SEO can gain traction over time, although being actively engaged will likely serve you really well. Google Ads, you can pay to play and get eyeballs that way and essentially just set it and forget it. Psychology Today, a little bit of a set it and forget it, although optimizing is a good idea. But the other visibility efforts, blogging, social media, networking, speaking, whatever that might be, those are active and ongoing activities. You own a business, and unfortunately, that business needs your attention on an ongoing basis. Now, we all know that we're sitting in 2025 and things have changed a little bit, a lot. Let's not say a little bit. Things have changed a lot. Okay, we know that. And one of the things that I have seen change is we are firmly in post-pandemic times. If you launched your practice in the 2020, 21, 2022 era, you launched your practice at a beautiful time. A beautiful time. One of the downsides of launching it then is that you may have gotten used to a level of marketing that wasn't exactly realistic. What I see in today's clinicians who are crushing it, getting right fit clients, raising their fees, filling their caseloads, because there are still people doing that. They are recognizing they need to put in some more effort to their marketing on an ongoing basis. And I think a lot of folks, with good reason, for a couple of years there, got a little comfy, not having to do as much. And so today, there's more required of you. It's still out there for the taking, but you've got to be engaged. And a huge part of that is visibility. Okay, so visibility is absolutely huge right now. Some quick wins. Okay, I want you to walk away with some things you can actually do. If you're realizing, yeah, no, people don't really know I'm out there. I want you to try something small. I want you to go ahead and rewrite the hook of your Psych Today profile, the first 1 to 2 sentences that people see, and I want you to help that feel really niche specific and client centered. I reviewed an incredible Psych Today profile in today's Confident Copy coaching session as an example. And she had drafted a hook that would have leapt off the page to the right fit client, and the wrong fit client would have kept on scrolling. You know what is the issue on Psych Today so often? You write a hook that appeals to literally everyone scrolling Psych Today. Life feels overwhelming. If I'm on Psych Today looking for a therapist, it's probably true in some way, shape, or form. So rewrite that to jump off the page to the right fit person. It's a great way to become visible. People are already scrolling there. Right now, as we speak, there are people on Psych Today looking for a therapist. Psych Today still works. I'll die on that hill. Update your homepage, the very, very top of your homepage, to name your specialties directly. Now, we still need to get people to that website, but I want to make sure the minute that they do, they understand that you can help them. And then really where I would love to see you spend some time this summer is to make a list of a couple local providers, professionals, people that are running into your ideal client that you haven't connected with. And I want you to initiate conversation with them. Not selling, not going out there and pitching yourself, but relationship, conversation, curiosity, generosity. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go out and form some connections. I know that that can be a little bit outside of many therapists' comfort zones. I only know because I hear it on a regular basis, but you're a professional relationship builder. You're great at this. So go out there and start talking to people. But recognize that if you want your marketing to work, you have got to be visible. Okay? So that's the first section, is visibility. I see some eyeballs here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Cool. If you can see me and hear me, I'm just assuming you can. I haven't unmuted myself, but hopefully I'm coming through okay. If you don't mind liking this video, I would so appreciate it. I'm halfway through. All right, let's get into the next section, and that is consistency. So first is visibility. Do people know that you're out there? Are they aware of you? If not, start there. Yes, Anna, people are aware of me. Perfectly. Then I want you to move into consistency. This is that regular engagement in your marketing that is required in this market. So this means, are you staying top of mind with the people who already know about you? So they learn about you. Are they referring to you? Are they choosing to reach out to you? So we can think about consistency in terms of referral contacts and marketing. We can also think about it in terms of potential clients. What do I mean by that? Potential clients. An interesting change that we've seen in this market is that people are taking longer to make decisions about their money. So it's not that they're not going to therapy. The data shows us they are. They're taking longer to think about it. So they're considering therapy, and then they're, waiting a while before they decide to go. Are you coming to mind in that period of time between deciding that they are considering it and deciding? Are you coming to mind? We know that they're visiting at least 5 to 7 other therapy websites. Are they remembering you? That's where consistency is really important. Consistency, memorability. And then on the side of referral contacts, are you staying top of mind with them, or are you forgettable? Are you engaging in regular marketing activities that help you stay in front of the right fit client? Are you sharing helpful, relevant content with your audience if you have one? That audience might be blog readers, that audience might be social media, that might just be the people in your network. Are you sharing helpful, relevant content on a regular basis? Have you followed up with past referral contacts? It is really easy to know that you need to network. So you go out there, you form some connections, and then you check, networked, done. Not how it works, right? It's relationship building. It's staying in touch. It's remaining top of mind. So are you staying in touch with those folks on a regular basis? Do you have a practice of that? And then really what this comes down to is whether you have any rhythm to your marketing. Are you regularly engaged with your marketing on a weekly basis? Or is it just reactive? I feel like I need to market. I don't have any clients. What am I going to do? And you go out there and post a couple things and do a couple things, and then go silent and reach out to a couple of people. Or are you regularly engaging in this? I want you to think about marketing like a relationship, something that you need to stay in connection with, okay? Or a garden that needs tending. It doesn't just grow on its own, okay? You have to be regularly engaged. And so this consistency part is about building in a practice for your marketing. Now, what do? You say, yes, Anna, I'm going to go ahead and set aside an hour of time. And that was the challenge I gave in the podcast episode. You're going to set aside some time to work on your marketing. What do I do with that? Well, that's up to you. You could be reviewing Facebook groups there where your ideal clients hang out and responding to posts where you can be helpful, where maybe it makes sense to share your website. It might be circling back with some people you haven't talked to recently. It might be drafting a new blog post. That is what it looks like to stay in relationship with your marketing and to be consistent. Your marketing cannot afford to only be reactive right now. It needs to be proactive. And that's what the cool part of this summer season is all about. It's about being proactive about your marketing and thoughtful about what's coming, setting yourself up for future success rather than panicking when you see all these open slots on your schedule, right? So a couple things you could do here if you're realizing consistency is the issue. You're not in this regular relationship with your marketing. Reshare your website with a professional group. That might be a consultation group that you have. That might be a listserv. That might be a Facebook group. And this doesn't have to be, hi, I need clients. This could be jumping into a Facebook group and saying, I just updated my website. I added a new specialty page for IFS. I'm really excited to share it. That counts. You don't have to be going out seeking the referral for it to count as marketing. That is initiating conversation and connection. Okay? Send a friendly check-in to a couple of colleagues you haven't touched base in a while with zero agenda, just curiosity, checking in on their practice. How are things going? Anything I can help with? Have you changed anything, learned anything new? Curiosity. But touch base with those folks. If you want to get a little creative, maybe use kind of a summer theme and turn it into a short piece of content. If you have an existing Instagram, 3 reasons therapy works better in the summer. Or a blog post about 3 ways to help anxious kids feel better during summer break. If you like to create content, go ahead and create something and then start to create a practice of that. I see a lot of people be like, I'm going to start a blog, and then they post for 4 months and then never again. Stop ghosting your marketing. If I had to summarize this section, stop ghosting your marketing. How could you be more consistent and in relationship with it? Okay. And remember that when it comes to networking, this is not about meeting people once. I'm likely not going to refer to you if I meet you once, but if we have a connection, if we jive well and we stay in touch, yeah, when I run into your ideal fit client, you're gonna come to mind. So again, are you coming to mind on a regular basis? In that decision-making time period for your client, what are you doing to remind them that you're there? Posting on social media, posting a blog, whatever that might be, posting in Facebook groups. You have to be in consistent relationship with your marketing right now. It's not a set it and forget it situation. Alrighty, last one, make sure I have no questions. Perfect, thank you for that like. All right, last one, conversion. This is my personal favorite, but here's the thing. If you are out there helping people learn about you, getting visible, being consistent, staying in relationship with your marketing, doing all the things, and sending people ultimately to a website, because we know today that almost all of your marketing efforts are leading back to your website, and your website isn't doing its job, it's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. So if right now you are out there saying, Anna, I am doing those things and I'm not getting traction, that points us to perhaps your website and your kind of main marketing pieces needing some work. I had a discovery call today with a clinician who has a good, solid start of a website. I see a lot of bad websites. It was a good, solid start of a website. And we were really exploring together all of these facets. I was asking about how are people getting to your website? What's your traffic like? What are you seeing? And we realized people are getting to the website. Okay, if they're getting to the website and they're not connecting, that points us to conversion. That points us to people not deeply connecting with what's happening here. And in this market and the way that we're seeing things change, specificity matters. People are acting on feeling deeply understood by you, viewing you as an expert, believing that you can help them with their very, very specific problems. So that's what this conversion one is all about. It's about, are you making it easy for someone to move from interested to taking action? That's what the conversion process is. So I know about you. I've learned about you. I know I need therapy. Are you the therapist for me? It's that conversion piece. Okay. So a couple things I want you to assess as part of this one. Is your website copy clear? Is your niche shining? Is it emotionally resonant with your clients? I love to know if you are getting phone calls from people saying, I read your website and I know you're the therapist for me. That is pointing to something connecting. If that isn't happening, we probably have room for conversion here. Are your calls to action, your buttons, are they visible? Are they inviting? Is it clear what needs to happen to reach out to you? So many people forget this. They don't want to be pushy or salesy. So oh, I'm not going to put a button here. If I'm on your website, I want your help. And if I've decided you're the therapist I want to work with, make it easy for me. Don't bury the lead, right? Similarly, it's important to reflect on whether your contact page and that process for getting in touch with you, are we reducing friction as much as possible? Someone posted this week asking if we recommend a self-scheduling link. Are those great if you work that way? Absolutely. Do you need one in order to be successful? No. I would say probably 80% of the therapists that I serve just use a traditional contact form. So it's not that you have to use the self-scheduling route, but it does mean that you need to sort of audit, step back and look at that process for getting in touch with you. Is there any place that you are adding friction? Reaching out to a therapist for the first time is ripe for uncertainty and self-doubt and pausing and kind of, buyer's remorse and that kind of thing. Fear. How can we reduce that? And sometimes that is helping people get directly onto your calendar and then into a consult, whatever that might be. But are you making it clear what's going to happen when I reach out to you? Are you getting back to me quickly? Okay, that's huge. The fact that, some therapists get clients just because they call them back is wild to me, but call your people back. Is that whole process an experience of reaching out to you? That's the final conversion point prior to the consult call. So actually getting onto your calendar, that's the final piece. So assuming they love your website copy, assuming they clicked on that call to action button, is actually getting in touch with you, physically reaching out to you, is that easy? And then finally, what's happening on that consult call? Now, I have some wonderful resources for this that I can point you to. This is not something we particularly teach, but it is a critical piece of conversion. So if you want some help, drop that in the comments and I can direct you to some really wonderful resources on how to structure your consult call for success. But the fact is, if you are getting on the phone with people and losing them there, that points us to opportunity for conversion at that final point. That final point. They're as hot as they can be. Are they actually becoming a client? Now, not every person's going to, of course, but I would love to see your consult call conversions be upwards of 75, 80, 85%. If that's not happening, if you find that you're stumbling when you are presented with the what's your fee question, or you're rushing to offer a sliding scale, whatever that might be, opportunity again in that conversion section of your marketing. Okay. So some quick wins that I want you to try today if conversion is the issue. If you're not getting the phone calls that I read your website, I read your profile, and I know you're the therapist for me. If you're struggling on consult calls and realizing that you're kind of, just waffling your way through those a little bit, the way that I'm waffling through that statement. If you are noticing that maybe that contact process isn't super simple, then conversion is where I really want you to focus. Some things I want you to try today. I want you to head over to your website and I want you to read your website through the lens of your ideal client and ask yourself, would I stand out among all the other therapists that they're looking at? Again, I read some copy in our Confident Copy coaching call today, and it was a homepage. It was the intro section where she was kind of introducing herself as a clinician, and it was really nicely written, but it kind of could have resonated with just about any client. And so we looked at areas to make it a little bit more sticky and a little bit more specific to those ideal clients so they really felt seen and heard by her. That's what this can do. So I want you to look at your homepage, read it through the lens of your ideal client. Are you different than the other therapists they might be reaching out to? Are you deeply resonating with them? Are you appearing as an expert in their issues? And if not, make some updates. Make some updates so that you're really bringing in that emotional piece and you're forming that connection. I want it to be like you are in their head. They should want to reach out and be like, how did you know? Those are the types of examples and connections that you should be making in your copy. The next thing I want you to do, I want you to walk through the contact process. And a great thing to do here might be to send over your website to someone in your life who isn't a therapist. Do you know what I do on that kind of that conversion piece? Are you connecting with me? But is it easy to get in touch with me? Is there anything that caused you pause or questions or uncertainty? Have someone sort of audit that. You should go through it as well and make sure that that is as frictionless as possible when it comes to reaching out. And then finally, if you get uncomfortable on your consult calls, do something about it. In slower seasons like this one, where you're getting fewer referrals, guess what? That's less practice on your consult calls. And if the only time you're practicing consult calls is on calls with potential clients, there's a whole bunch of opportunity for you to be improving in the middle of that, okay? So like I said, if you're interested, drop a comment in the below this video and I can send you some resources on improving your consult calls. I really encourage that you practice them with another clinician who can probably help you a little bit more around that language more than maybe your partner could. My husband would be like, that sounds amazing. So someone who, you know, can help you structure that a little bit, but invest in these pieces. What I think a lot of therapists get frustrated on when we go through audits like this, they're like, well, I'm already doing most of these things. And I get it. Very rarely are we doing just a complete overhaul start to finish. But it's these tiny tweaks and optimizations where we start to pick up some of that traction. So these tiny things might feel tiny, but actually have a really lasting impact. Okay, so small adjustments, big impact. That's really what we're going for here today. Alrighty, so that's that last piece is conversion. And it's really important to put yourself in the shoes of your ideal client. Sink down into the shoes of your ideal client and ask yourself, am I helping them move from interested to taking action? Or am I doing something that might be preventing that? Again, keeping in mind that that decision-making period has gotten longer. So you need to be more memorable. You need to be standing out more than ever in your marketing. Okay? Alrighty. Marketing is never, hear me, all or nothing. It is about those small and consistent moves. That's what I really want you to be working on here in this Slaying the Summer Slump series and with this season is starting to build a little bit of that marketing muscle. Maybe it's something you haven't used ever. Maybe it's weakened because you didn't need to for a while and you're realizing I got to do something. I've had so many conversations recently with clinicians who are like, things were good and now I'm realizing I need to do something. Do something. Okay? Start to engage in this regular action, taking action. My suggestion here is that you look at visibility, consistency, and conversion. Identify where your weak points are and start taking some of those small actions. Set aside some time each week throughout this summer to take those consistent actions, to make those small tweaks and optimizations. And then you'll feel that momentum start to snowball. It does not mean, and I'm not going to blow smoke up your skirt, that you're going to enter the fall fully booked. That might not happen, but you will be entering the fall with momentum and having planted seeds that very well may start to blossom. That's the cool thing about marketing and the important thing to remember. That the actions you're taking right now, the seeds you're planting today, are not going to sprout tomorrow. The actions you take today are not about the clients you get tomorrow. They're about the clients you get 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now. And for those of you sitting here right now, Anna, I need clients right now. I hear you. I hear you. And the results can actually absolutely come sooner. But you've only got today. You've got to start today. Start to build that traction. Start to plant those seeds and then water them like the garden that it is. Okay? Remember, if you need deeper help with any of this, today in our email, we announced our shop, walkerstrategyco.com/shop, which includes links to all of our programs, all of our templates, from our small mini courses to our big old confident copy where you get all of our help and support. But don't stay stuck. If you're realizing as you do this audit, I need some help in these areas, seek out support. Get what you need in order to take that action from a clear and confident place. Alrighty, thanks for being here today, guys. Apologies again for the date mix-up. I hope this was useful for you. Like I said, I know most of you will be catching the replay, so feel free to use the comments to let me know what you're thinking about. I hope you'll join us for the rest of the Slaying the Summer Slump series on marketing therapy. I will see you over there. Bye, everyone.